Our colleague is still standing by, Fred Duho. He's at the STC yard. We'll be touching base with him to find out what's happening there. And well, we can see already that it is flooded. Now, Fred,
Kokui.
I see people waiting around buses that are sitting in water, Fred. Talk to us. What's happening at the STC yard? Yeah.
The STC yard is one of the hardest hit by these downpour, and the buses, water got to a certain level where it went to even the engine compartment, and most of the private cars even parked here belonging to some of the drivers or the workers of STC were literally left here because they can't spark them. Water has entered the engines. And the entire STC yard, they are counting their losses this morning. Some of the buses that could move, they've been able to park them along the road to make way for passengers who are coming around to be able to board them to their various destinations. But the main yard of the STC is flooded. I want to take you to the package yard, or the what's the name? The place where they normally, the lounge, where
the parcel yard,
the drivers or the passengers would have to come and sit and wait for vehicle or take their tickets or leave parcels. The parcel area, I am heading there, and that place to a number of items were submerged. Items belonging to people who want to send them to other parts of the country were not left out. Even the main lounge was not left out of this devastation. There is a gentleman here I would want to engage briefly, and I see that the packages left here are dripping water because the water has entered most of them. Welcome to City TV, sir.
Thank you, Sir Chief.
What's your full name?
My name is Denale Chobe, heavy bus driver in ICC over here.
I want us to walk a bit to this end. What do you do here, sir?
I'm a driver, heavy bus driver.
So you drive one of the big buses?
Yes, Sir Chief.
Where do you drive to?
I drive to Tamale, Bolga, and elsewhere.
Why didn't you go to work today?
Oh, because of the rain, we have to assist our passengers, our customers that are here now, so they can make their way. And today I'll be going in the evening time. That's why I'm not scheduled this morning.
Now, how frequent does this happen?
Oh, well, this is the first time we have seen excess water coming in like this. At first it comes, but not too much like how it's all because of the flyover that they are doing over there and the bridge that they constructed. After they have people wait for the water to go. So always, this is the first time it has rained heavily. So all the water flows to this our premises now.
Don't you have a drainage system in your yard?
No, we have, but it's too small for us. And we don't notice this thing before. This is the first time this thing has come to our notice. So we authority have to come to this situation and then work with the city engineers and then see how best we can solve the problem.
What message or information has management of STC sent down to you as a driver?
Well, they have not yet in. So now we are waiting for them to come so that how we are interviewing us now, they will also see it and they will know how best they can resolve the problem.
Now, I can see a number of parcels submerged in the water. What happens when the owners come demanding for some damages?
Well, that one, items that are left over for some decades now, they are there, and we don't know if the owner comes and really it needs to any other action. Listen, the management will take it from there. But as for me, I cannot speak on behalf of the management now. Yes.
Well, so that is a bus driver who drives to Tamale and other parts of this country, one of the big bus drivers. A number of packages left here overnight were all submerged. The offices of the STC were not spared either. I've been to the procurement office of the STC. Documents were left there. They were all submerged in the water. They are literally now trying to sweep the water out for them to make way to be able to work this morning. The entire place looks flooded. Now the water has now receded. That's the thing. The water has now gotten to a level where we can say they are trying to pick the pieces together. They are fetching water from some of the offices here. I can see some women helping from the ticketing office, I think, or one of the places where they normally serve confectionaries where the women here are literally trying to fetch water from this office here at the STC yard, Kokwe.
Yeah, Fred, again, devastating scenes. And not only from the STC buses that will be damaged, the private vehicles belonging to people that, I mean, once you have a flood car, that's it.
Yeah.
I mean, imagine people having to, a flood car, it's condemned
terrible.
basically. I mean, in addition to the other property we know of that are being destroyed, people's electronics in their homes, you know, all of that, their furniture, really tabulating the damage of this is serious. And I think...
So you see the yard where Fred is heading towards. This is where the buses are parked. It's deeper, it's lower down, and so you can see the water here is.
You can see.
Yeah.
And this is even submerged. I mean, not submerged. The water has.
It has receded.
Receded. Thank you.
Yes, the water has receded.
Yeah.
And I don't know whether the STC actually has some form of insurance where these buses are insured to be able to cater for any future damages.
Yeah, we see
now. This is a natural disaster.
We can see some polar banners in the water.
Oh dear.
Yes.
People's property.
So the water, I understand it got to. I want to show you where it got to for the buses and where the engine compartment is, and what really the technical men will be telling us about this. That is what we are waiting for. The drivers, for them, they are just left in the yard now. They can't move. They can't go anywhere because they have to wait for instruction from above. Now, where my hand is, that is where the level of the water, and that should be somewhere to my waist, as you can see. Okay, so it got to this level, and here is the engine compartment, or where they normally keep items. So the engine compartment is also here, and the water entered. So this is the situation. So you can imagine the private cars that are parked in the premises of the STC yard. For them, they would have to really, really wait patiently for the water to dry totally from their engines and wait for some technical men to assist them to park or spark as and when they feel it is safe.
Yeah. Wow, Fred, we really appreciate your bringing us this footage to just give us. Oh, there we can see this vehicle
moving,
driving through the flood water. Wow. I can't imagine what this was like 2 hours ago.
That is the question. That is it. Because yes, 2 hours ago, I understand it was a serious issue here. That you see, so they are even sparking some of the cars, trying to make sure that yes, the water that entered the exhaust comes out. Yeah. They are even trying to move some of them because now the water has receded, and they are basically trying to now get back to see those cars that are in good condition. They can now go and attend to passengers who are moving to various parts of the country, and you see how some of them are making their way to the main road to be able to see if so. I mean, if you traveled to any part of this country and this is where you pick your car, I think the management is making provision for some of the cars to be located by the roadside to convey you to wherever you are going to. And people come here to even pick buses all the way to Abidjan. And you know Abidjan is not in Ghana. So that should tell you that they render their services even across the borders of the country. And they are now hit by this flood, something that the STC management is yet to even come to the premises to advise as to what they are going to do about it. I saw some fire service men around. I think literally they are here to find means they can drain the water from the premises of the STC to make it a dry land for them to start operating. So if we are counting on what the fire service men are here to undertake some visibility study, if that is indeed the case, then we are hoping that in the next few minutes or hour, they should be here to pull this water out and make the place a bit safe and conducive for the STC workers to go about their duty. David and
Thank you so much, Fred. Thank you. Again, that's our colleague Fred Duho, just showing us what's happening at the STC yard here in Accra. As we can see, flood waters causing quite a bit of damage. Some buses, the water rose even to the engine compartment level, and some private vehicles as well were submerged in the flood waters a couple of hours ago. As we can see, the water has receded somewhat, but there's still a lot of damage, a lot of stock taking to be done. And passengers who had parcels there, for those who can be contacted, they will know what's the status of their goods. But definitely a dire situation we're in, and the rains have just begun. So I suppose we'll brace ourselves for what could be coming next, while the authorities also work on preventing this and bringing feasible solutions to the issue.